So we back. So I'm gonna get a keg instead. Hmm? All right. I don't know why the stream keep cutting out on the chat, but
Do you and your team need to work remotely? Monday.com brings your team together wherever you are.
what the hell is this saying? $1,000 check for Americans. 3 states hold primaries, and working from home are the topics going on here. They got all music right now, though. No commentary. Arizona, 70 to 80% of the voting will be done early. Curbside voting will be done in drives up. This will happen in some areas. Florida, the state has moved polling places away from senior citizens and retirement communities. Illinois, mail-in ballots already broke a record. Several polls placed in clear by the CDC. Ohio governor called off primary. That's about a lot of beer. India may be next as a viral hotspot. Experts worry about contaminant measures as India wraps up testing and closing its borders. Social distancing may prove infeasible for 1.3 billion people. India's healthcare system has also, I can't get the words out, as it struggles to overcome its political issues. While privileged hospitals are too expensive for most, yeah, India has like the world's second highest population. They're betting on the weather. What the hell does that mean? How you bet on the weather? Because they ain't got casinos and all that shit, yo. That's crazy. I tried to YouTube it, but nothing came up. Motherfuckers betting on the weather. Trying to find some live news. Bloomberg Global News.
All these small businesses trust Next Insurance. Handyman, carpenters, DJs, roofers, painters, landscapers, personal trainers, event planners, soul dedicators, beauticians, dog walkers.
In the last couple of years, but that's not new to me.
Yeah.
70% of Americans not having $1,000 emergency fund, like those kind of statistics, like that's happening, and it's been happening, and so Acorns was built and to help the rest of us, frankly, and that's what it's about, and I think being a part of this mission that we're on has brought me even closer to the reality of what's happening everywhere, and frankly, I'm optimistic about the future.
I think that is a great point, that it is going to show how much of Americans don't and can't really afford to have that safety net. And so maybe there will be something positive that comes out of all of this. Hey, Noah, thanks. We know there's a lot going on in your world, so we appreciate you carving out some time for Jason and myself and Bloomberg Business Week. Noah Kerner is Chief Executive Officer at Acorns, on the phone from Irvine, California. Jason, Messerhenge, happening.
I know. I could see you through the video con, sort of straining to get the good Messerhenge photo. It's all good. It's good. We're going to hear more about the consumer, what he and she are dealing with as all this moves ahead. This is Bloomberg Business Week.
All right. Like I say, man, if you got some money in the bank, better get a couple dollars out now. Because you might not have access to that shit. I know that's some crazy shit to think about, but Just have some cash on you. That's all I can say, because there's so many instances where we use those debit cards for almost every fucking thing. And if these banks freeze up or some other crazy shit fucking happens and your bank account gets frozen or you don't have access to your funds, that shit ain't gonna be pretty, yo. That shit is not gonna be pretty. I just went to grab me some cash today. Like I say, yo, that shit went from 2 days ago, no gatherings larger than 250 people. Today, they're saying 10 people. That's a big ass difference. Ain't no telling what they gonna say tomorrow or what they gonna say on Saturday. Hell, by the time Saturday get here, bro, I'm telling you, man, they might start shutting down highways and shit. Word up. Mark my word now. If it don't happen, great. But if you hear about major highways getting shut down, don't say I ain't tell you so. But these motherfuckers they're gonna stop travel across state borders and shit, watch. I guarantee you. Canada already closed their borders. Nah. Luckily, I haven't had any trouble with money yet. I mean, every time I access my account, shit goes through smoothly. But I still went to the bank just now. Like, literally. Right before I started trying to stream, I just got back from the bank. Had to catch them motherfuckers for they closed today. I'm not waiting. Let me get that. How would you like it? A large bills, please. I don't need a lot of weight to carry around. What up, bro? That's real talk. Honestly, I'm hoping all this shit just blows over by the end of next month. But if not, I ain't gonna get caught out there slipping. Screw that. So I'm gonna give all the recommendations I can. Make sure you got food supplies, water supplies, motherfucking first aid supplies, alcohol, bandages. Make sure your vehicles are full of gas. Make sure you got some cash on hand. And just sit back and wait for the shit to hit the fan. So when the shit hit the fan, then you can kind of like dodge some of it when you know which way the shit gonna start flying. You know what I'm saying? They're closing down fast food restaurants to drive-through only.
Those prices are good for today only. There's a lot of flexibility here. We can work something out if we bring the price down.
You're doing mitigation, and I'm not criticizing any of the mitigation that the president's recommended, right? But you're doing it not really based on a lot of data. I mean, that's just the reality that we find ourselves in. With influenza, they have a surveillance program, so they'll test hundreds of thousands of people for influenza.
This
They'll
is the
know
governor of
how many
Florida.
are positive, then they can build a model about that. Here, you're relying on
ghost
half-baked
OG.
figures from China. You know, maybe the Italy numbers are a little bit better, but the extent to which this is being spread in our society by people who have minimal symptoms and who may not be in these age groups is kind of a question that nobody really knows the actual answer to, but that would obviously help us inform it. And so the more we can do the testing, I think most people are going to come back negative, but it gives us a better baseline, I think, to be able to make some of the decisions. Because we're in a situation here, you know, there's going to eventually be fatigue with the public. And you don't want to be doing mitigation in areas where it may not be required. And if you can articulate better, because you have the data to do it, then you're in a position where I think you'll have more tools to be able to bring to it. So there's just a lot that's going to go into it, but I'm happy that we're going to finally be able to launch something this week, and we just want to keep working with folks, because I know a lot of people are really concerned. I mean,
You don't want to play with that
just
thing.
back 3 weeks ago. I mean, we knew this Wuhan had broken out. You had seen some stuff, but just think how it's escalated and how concerned a lot of people are. And so we want to be able to help folks. And if there's folks that have these symptoms, particularly in those groups, we want to get them tested. So we'll have an update tomorrow.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Philip, what kind of trailers? What stuff do you normally put on trailers? And why don't you have the stuff to put on the trailer? Yo, Black. Not the good classic Pineapple Express. Mm-mm. See, hearing firsthand shit like that from people who work in situations like that, shit don't, that it just doesn't settle well with me. Because if your job is to make sure that trucks are filled with supplies to go to different locations and there are no supplies to fill the trucks, that's worrisome. But then Amazon said they're not. That's what I'm saying, bro. The Walmart dude said, yo. The Walmart dude said the distribution centers are empty already. People just don't know it yet. Motherfuckers think it's bad when the store goes dry. But what happens when the place the store get the shit from? When that shit dry up? Damn. During that news briefing, they had more than 10 people in the room. Minimum staff, bro. Minimum staff. Like I say, my job was damn near empty today, man. We got a big ass parking lot at my job, but there's so many cars, yo. It's like if you don't get there before a certain time, man, you gotta park way on the side, up on this little hill somewhere. I got to work this morning, but ain't been with like 4 cars in the parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck? You ain't lying, bro. That shit is getting scary, man. I can't help but think about it. I be trying to get this shit off my mind. Don't use a pencil for a toothpick. Putting that lead in your mouth, that shit ain't healthy for you. But I'm a professional artist, so I'm trained to get foreign objects out of my teeth using a piece of sharpened graphite.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else, so why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't. Get all-in-one allergy relief for 24 hours.
And that's what I'm thinking too. Like, our city is saying just follow the national protocol for less than 10 people in semblance anywhere. But I kind of figure like in the next couple of days they're going to say everybody just self-quarantine, shut down all businesses. Like I said, if they shut down all businesses and you try to leave, where are you going to get gas from if the gas stations aren't operating and they turn the pumps off and all that good shit? I think if I don't do it today, I'm definitely going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to go get me a couple of 5-gallon gas jugs and fill up on extra gas. Fuck, just like both of my vehicles are filled to the top with gas, but I'm not even playing that shit, yo. I got I got a medium-sized gas jug in the basement with gas for the lawnmower. Then I have a smaller gas jug, but it's gas and oil mix for the weed eater. But I'm gonna get like the real big gas jugs and I think I might fill up 2 of them bitches, yo. Missouri. That's the point right there, bro. The ammo. If you can hit up the sporting goods store, the gun shop, or wherever you go get some ammo. Like I said, I really do think we're gonna come out on the other end of this, but I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. It's definitely gonna get better, and one day shit might be back to something that we can call normal. But for right now, everything is just so weird. It's kind of hard for us to actually like absorb this shit because we've been desensitized to all of this shit from watching all these apocalyptic end of the world scenarios and zombie outbreak movies, and it's like, oh, this shit is just Hollywood. That's it. But when they start issuing that martial law and locking motherfuckers down and really have to ration food and shit, yo, like, motherfuckers don't know what it's like to ration food, especially here in America. We gluttons. We gluttons and we greedy. And I want a big ass burger so I can eat half of it, but when it gets cold, I want to throw the rest of that shit away along with the french fries I ain't eat. But when it's time to ration food, shit ain't gonna be the same. That shit won't be the same. And the mentality of the average American is so fucked up that they're waiting until now to get prepared for a crisis. That's how fucked up it. Everything's always gonna be okay. Everything's lovely. Like, no. Oh no, this not just America, the world. Like, this is a global changing event. This shit has changed everything right now, bro. Every country is affected by this, and this will not settle well. Like I say, we'll come out of this shit. It will get better, but this is gonna change everything. Just like 9/11 changed everything. This is some other shit, bro. Once again, they shut down Mecca. The holy city of Mecca is off limits. This is bad. This is so bad. So bad. Oh yeah, the air quality is amazing, superb. The skies are clean, no smog. Air quality is top notch because no factories are running and nobody's operating motor vehicles. But all right, we're gonna work on some art for a minute. Let me go grab my thing. Not the thing where you talking about, but my thing.
With Flonase.
Big news tonight, millions of Americans ordered to shelter in place as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. The drastic new measures in the San Francisco area. Residents told to stay in their homes and avoid contact for the next 3 weeks.
These measures will be disruptive to day-to-day life, but there is no need to panic.
Major shutdown, several states and cities closing restaurants, bars, gyms, and movie theaters. The new guidelines tonight from the White House: avoid gatherings of 10 or more. And President Trump's new warning that the virus is not under control after repeatedly saying it was. The stock market plunging, the worst single-day drop in history, as the president acknowledges we could be headed for a recession, and how long he says this new reality could last. Also tonight, drive-through test sites opening in new states, but the frustration mounting. One man unconscious in the ICU after it took 3 days to get a positive result. The devastating impact of businesses big and small. Airlines slashing flights and the chaos at grocery stores. What they're now doing about those empty shelves. The surge in school closings, over 30 million children out of the classroom. Lines of cars waiting for grab-and-go meals for kids. And social distancing, why it's so important, even for young people who don't feel sick.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. I hope you and your family are staying well in the midst of this crisis we all face. Tonight, officials in the San Francisco Bay Area are imposing the most extreme anti-coronavirus measures we've seen in this country. It's a shelter-in-place order. 7 million people told to stay at home and away from others for the next 3 weeks. It comes as the federal government called on all of us to limit gatherings to 10 people. Bars and restaurants ordered close in many places. And another eye-watering plunge on Wall Street today. There is so much to get to with our team. Miguel Almaguer starts us off.
Tonight, the San Francisco Bay Area, just hours away from the unprecedented order. 7 million people told to go home and stay home for 3 weeks, starting at midnight. The move aimed at bringing bustling city streets to a virtual standstill and closing nearly all businesses, the most dramatic and drastic step in the country.
These measures will be disruptive to day-to-day life.
Man, them kids in the house on Fortnite, nigga. What you doing? The kids playing Fortnite. You know? Fuck outside. I ain't got to go to school. What? So now a lot of stuff can be done online, yo. Even You know, middle school, high school, college. A lot of that shit can be done online. So but I'm pretty sure they're mandated some kind of way to keep up with some type of curriculum while this thing is going on. And then when if they not doing schoolwork at home, the motherfuckers playing Fortnite, bro. Kids ain't coming outside with no damn talking about coronavirus, you know. Now hey, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but y'all seen the white people with the coronavirus challenge, licking doorknobs and toilet seats on airplanes and shit. Man, y'all need to fall back with that shit sometime, bro. Like, I know all races, all cultures, man. We have like our little quirks about each thing. You know, that's how we get stereotyped for shit. But the shit y'all white people be doing sometimes, man, that shit be like way over there. That bitch licked the damn toilet and they gave a peace sign. Like, fuck they do that at? Sounds about white. Then the one dude just on some random doorknob, just licking the doorknob. If you ain't catching the coronavirus, bitch, you gonna catch herpes or something, nigga. You gonna get some goddamn sores on your goddamn mouth. Fuck wrong with y'all, man? Coronavirus challenge. So fucking done with people, bro. So done with these motherfuckers, man. Y'all do that shit if y'all want to. Lick some shit. I might even pay to see it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I give you $5, you lick the ground underneath the urinal at a truck stop. I wanna see you do that shit. Just lick right there. Not the urinal, but the floor. Right under the urinal. Just lick that spot right there. Motherfucker probably do that shit, too. $5. Motherfuckers is retarded. Can I still say retarded? I don't even think people can say retarded no more. My bad. If I'm offending people. I don't mean to. That's just how I grew up. That's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? We call a motherfucker a faggot or a retard. And it wasn't too much of a consequence because we knew exactly what we meant. We'll never turn black, so we aren't that worried. I like that though. That shit won't make me a nigga. I don't care what I can do all the crazy shit I want to do. It won't make me black. White privilege. Now you $5 for views. You know? Man, y'all got a whole lot of other shit to worry about instead of becoming black, bro. You seen Kylie Jenner and all the other Kardashians and every other white girl. They want to be black so bad, bro. So bad. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, sooner or later, Kylie Jenner just gonna look just like Beyonce. Gotta get my eyebrows done, and my lips done, and my nose done. And I gotta get a tan so I'm darker and have some color to my skin. Because I don't want to be all pale and pasty and sunburnt. I got other shit to worry about, bro. The way shit going now, Man, Africa gonna goddamn repopulate the earth again, bruh. Everybody else catching this shit bad as hell, except the real Africans who on the continent. Man, the motherfuckers, they diet, whatever the fuck they eating over there, man, them Congo melons and motherfucking oysters and shit. Africa kind of chilling, man. Y'all better watch out. I'm telling you, man. Shit getting crazy, bro. In 100 years, everybody gonna be speaking Swahili. And start telling stories about when the white man used to rule the world. He took himself out by a construction of his own demise. Yeah, this shit gonna be crazy, bro. Motherfucker, Africa gonna have to repopulate the whole world again. Everybody else, y'all white thing. Trust me, bro. Turning black is your least worries. It's your least worries, homie. The largest population, China. That's why they ain't really worrying about this shit, really. They got people to spare. You know? 3 out of every 5 people on the planet is Chinese. 3 out of every 5 people is Chinese. Man, they got people to spare. They got people to spare. You know what I'm saying? Next 2 largest populations, Africa, India. You know, like 1.8 or 1.9 billion, and then like 1.3 billion. Like, it's a lot of them. And then a combination of all the other island collectives and ethnic groups, and then the Caucasian, whose global population is less than 1%. Well, it will be less than 1% by the year 2050 is what they're saying. Right now it's like 10.8% or 10.9%, but in 50 years it'll be a single digit. It'll be like 9% of the global population. 8%, 8 or 9%, like all the way down to just 1 digit. That's weird. It's so weird. Yeah, the U.S. is like 500 or 600 million people. Yeah, but India and Africa, them shit's in the billions. Them motherfucker got billions of people. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Billions of motherfuckers. And I don't know, the white races, they've been noticing that they're like people of European descent. Their birth rate is declining, and they're in like some sort of population slump due to their Western ideology has changed over the years, where they don't focus and centralize on the family structure as much, and most people want careers, especially when the feminist movement started. And you know, now women rather be the head of the household and work, and they don't think that, you know, having a family is important. And then just health conditions and in general, like infant mortality, death rates are high, and I don't know, it's hard for Europeans and European descendants to maintain their population right now. And this is like some real hard science. It's just numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's why they love doing the census. And the numbers show some fucking fucked up shit. And that's why, and actually right now in America, to maintain a majority population, they have to categorize other ethnic groups as Caucasians, such as Spanish people are normally labeled Caucasians. Even dark-skinned people like some Egyptians and Arabs, they're labeled Caucasian in this country. and that's just so they can add to their numbers. But realistically, I think the Caucasian may already be less than 50% of the nation's population. Why did we start talking about that? It doesn't matter. It's all facts. Go look it up. Back to COVID-19. Oh, because I said something about the COVID-19 challenge. Like I said, man, it's just weird because, I mean, now, I done seen black people do dumbass challenges too. The ice water challenge, the cinnamon challenge. I seen this one girl talking about the giant straw challenge. This black chick. She got a tube, like a toilet tissue tube. And that's like big and round like this, yo. Now, if your mouth is open that wide and you're inhaling, that's going into your lungs. Now, you do the same thing with a straw, but it's smaller and more controlled. Whereas, so when you pull on a straw and create a vacuum, you can gauge the liquid and hold the liquid in your mouth before you actually attempt to swallow the liquid. That's how most people drink with a straw. It goes in your mouth and then you swallow it. It's not like it goes straight from the straw down your fucking throat. But when you attempt to breathe air into a tube that big, you have to use more of your lung capacity, which opens your lungs. And this chick took a toilet tissue tube and tried to drink through it, and she sucked some water up, and all that shit went in her lungs. She damn near drowned her fucking self. I'm like, you dummy. Like, why would you think that would even work? Like it was a straw. Like, it doesn't make sense, but, you know, that's what. And the comments are froze again. But that's what she did, you know. So I ain't saying black people don't do dumb shit, but they just certain shit that black people don't really do. Like, lick garbage dumpsters in the back of restaurants, which I've seen some little white girl do. You know, like, or lick toilet seats or doorknobs. It's like, it's so weird, bro. It's weird. Man, you motherfuckers are just braver, I guess, man. You're just brave as fuck, yo. You have so much confidence, like, I wish I had it like that. Where I'm not afraid to lick toilet seats. Lick a toilet seat? Come on, yo. And the stream stopped like a few times already. I'm not gonna restart it again. I can read the comments through the app on my phone. I really don't know what's going on with the PlayStation chat, because this joint has not been working right for a couple weeks now. So once again, man, I blame that on the government trying to censor our conversations. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep a tab on what we talking about in here with Painting with the Prince. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put it past them. And I always like to let my viewers know that you guys are guilty by association. So when they watch my stream and all my radical ideas and, you know, non-mainstream way of thinking, they like to keep tabs on people like me, and they like to keep tabs on people who watch stuff like this, just to let you know. So when they come snatch you up and start reading over your dossier and yeah, I see you used to watch Paintings by Prince. Is he some kind of fucking commie socialist or something? That's the kind of shit you're into, huh? Yeah. And then what you gonna say? You stuck like Chuck. I didn't know any better. Okay, like they're not gonna believe that. Yeah, he says he didn't know any better. Right. They're not going to believe you. Not a single word you say. Not a single word you say. They're not going to believe you. Not a single word you say. Not a single word you say. And the fact is, you're guilty by association. Ooh, I'm guilty by association. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh. Yeah. Nope. Maybe. Bam, 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 bam. Do, 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 do. It's too bad. Comments went out. Oh yeah. That is a classic. That's one of the few ones I can actually remember, yeah. What am I looking for? Oh. I guess I'm gonna have to pull you guys up to the canvas so y'all can see. You about to paint for a minute. Like I say, I do have work tomorrow, so this is an after work stream. I'm not gonna be here too long, but like I say my schedule is changed. You know, they cut my hours, so. This shit is weird, yo. Like, I work for a non-profit, and our donors know, like, yo, people who fucking help keep our non-profit afloat, they're good people until they absolutely have to think about their family first. You know what I'm saying? Because people always got extra to give, but when shit get tight, I don't give a fuck who you fuck with. They gonna think about they family first, as it should be. Everybody has a household, so don't ever expect in a real time of crisis, if you and somebody else doing bad, don't think they're not gonna think about their own priorities first. And so they already let us know, like, since our programs and everything are cut for a while because we have to limit contact, then we're gonna draw some of the funding for a while because you don't need the money. Because you're not running all your programs. And that means everybody hours is getting cut. And a few people got laid off already. So this thing has directly affected me. If not health-wise, financially it has. And it's going to start affecting more people. So this is like first-hand accounts of coronavirus victim. I'm already losing hours on my paycheck. You know what I'm saying? This shit is changing shit, yo. This shit is going to fuck with all of us in some shape, form, or fashion. You will feel this shit, yo. You will feel the wrath of the coronavirus. Like you say, motherfucker, even if you mad because you can't go in your McDonald's. I gotta take a piss. Sorry, bitch. Pee outside, motherfucker. Nobody come in here. You want some food? Drive through only. The lobby is closed to all customers. I gotta pee really bad. I don't care. You know how they're going to restrict travel? Because if they close down most non-essential places, and I just got a report that they're starting to close down rest areas on the highways. So if they're shutting down hotels and motels and all this shit, and they're shutting down rest areas, what if you actually do try to get from another state? You ain't gonna have nowhere to fucking stop. How you gonna make it all the way there? That's why I say, man, I'm getting me some gas jugs tomorrow, and I'm gonna have enough gas to at least fill my tank up. Like, have a full tank of gas, and then at least one more tank of gas after that. Like, another full tank of gas. At least that much. Like, you're not about to catch me out here not being able to get some fucking petrol, bitch, especially if I want to try to make a break for it. Fuck that. All the gas stations are closed. Bitch, I got gas last week. I'm out of here. Back roads only. That shit get real tough, bro. You know what? You know what they might do? You know what they might do? You know what? You know what? Think about if they want to limit, not completely stop, but limit the spread of certain types of information. They might shut down Facebook. They might shut down the satellites that control Google Maps and different directional apps like that. So motherfuckers can't find their way certain places. I'm just saying. You can't prepare for the worst if you don't contemplate what the worst might actually be. And like in any kind of scenario, what's the worst thing that can go wrong? You know? And Murphy's Law. I'm just saying. Ha cha 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 cha.
But there is no need to panic.
While the president said a nationwide quarantine is not under consideration for now, he did urge Americans to stay away from groups.
Man, you gotta listen to the words. A nationwide quarantine is not a consideration for now. Okay, just like canceling national sports wasn't a consideration until it was. Once again, like just a couple of days ago, it was no gatherings larger than 250 people. Today, it's no gatherings larger than 10 people. That's a really big difference. So what are you going to say in 2 days just because it's not a consideration now? Or what are you going to say a week from now?
Larger than 10 people.
No matter where you look, this is something, it's an invisible enemy.
The president predicting the virus could spread through summer. At subways, city stations, and iconic venues, more are keeping their distance. The White House with this new warning.
The reason we're taking these strong and bold steps is because we know there is virus spread before you develop symptoms.
As a growing number of cities, including New York and LA, ban restaurants and bars from seating customers, delivery service and drive-thrus are becoming the only options. Theaters, gyms, and a long list of several major retailers are shuttered, while brands like Starbucks are only open for pickups.
A burger, a veggie meal, and an ice cream sandwich?
Yep.
One fine dining restaurant in Seattle now delivering
Shaman.
burgers.
Hell yeah.
It's about feeding a city that is hungry.
With
I'm out, bro.
Food, many grocery stores are operating on modified hours, allowing older shoppers in at earlier times. But in California, the governor says anyone 65 or older should self-isolate at home. For thousands, getting home was the problem. At O'Hare International, massive crowds trickled through enhanced screenings for the coronavirus.
I definitely felt unsafe. If the government's telling me to stay in groups of less than 50 and keep social distancing, that was the opposite.
As school districts in cities big and small close down, a dozen hotels and casinos on the Las Vegas Strip are set to go dark, as a symbol of America is now closed on Liberty Island. Lisa Merck, a nurse in Colorado, is recovering from the virus.
I started getting really sweaty, and then I felt like I kind of wanted to collapse. And I remember like having this burning sensation, when you take a deep breath.
Tonight, Americans in uncharted territory, changing the way we gather in the cities we live in.
The legal order in the San Francisco Bay Area to go home and stay home does not impact essential businesses like grocery stores. The public can still go outside and go to essential services, but this was a major move by a big city. It's likely the first, but not the last. Lester.
That got everybody's attention. Miguel Almaguer in California, thanks. President Trump acknowledging today the virus is not under control any place in the world. NBC's Jeff Bennett is at the White House with more on it.
The Trump administration ramping up its response to the coronavirus as Americans brace for the outbreak's full fury. President Trump tonight releasing new guidelines for all Americans to follow over the next 15 days.
Each and every one of us has a critical role to play in stopping the spread and transmission of the virus.
They include closing schools in affected areas, avoiding discretionary travel, avoiding groups of 10 or more people, and working from home when possible.
No matter who you are, please stay home.
New procedures now in effect at the White House, too. A normally packed White House press briefing room sparse today. A new seating arrangement leaving every other seat open.
I'm glad to see that you're practicing social distancing. That looks very nice.
The president's comments, his most direct appeal yet for Americans to take the virus seriously. The new guidelines, an answer to calls from state officials for a stronger federal response.
I want federal guidance. This is a national pandemic, and there are no national rules.
The president tonight also addressing rumors that his administration may soon impose a countrywide quarantine, like the ones in Italy and Spain. Are you considering instituting a nationwide lockdown, a nationwide quarantine?
At this point, not nationwide, but well, there are some places in our nation that are not very affected at all. But we may look at certain areas, certain hotspots as they call them. We'll be looking at that, but at this moment, no, we're not.
And President Trump said the coronavirus crisis could last through July or August. And when asked if the U.S. is headed toward a recession, he said it may be. Lester?
All right, Jeff, thanks. Also tonight, the administration insists it is dramatically increasing testing capabilities across the country, but some leading ER doctors warn the delay may already have dire consequences. Here's Tom Costello.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else, so why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't.
Yo, this motherfucker say they should quarantine. What the fuck they was doing? Out party? Motherfucker 60-year-old stay in the crib. Well, nah, man. Hey, man. Yo, you know how old Arnold Schwarzenegger is? You know how old Sylvester Stallone is? Yo, 60 not really old. Now, if they like 80, 90, you know what I'm saying? By 90, you should give up all the blow, all the booze. But 60? Shit, my uncle, that motherfucker 64. He still ride a motorcycle, smoke cigarettes. He gotta go to the store to get the cigarettes. My uncle like drinking beer. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shit, we get it in. You know what I'm saying? He's 60 plus. He ain't on no cane or nothing. Motherfucker doing pretty good. Shit. They say, what the fuck they was out doing? Party? Yeah. Oh, it's back on. Hold on. I turned it down for that commercial.
Are already under consideration. In hardest-hit states, the White House promises more drive and walk-through testing sites this week, able to screen up to 4,000 people per day.
I want it to be clear to everybody, this is just another tool for states and local public health systems and healthcare systems to use. It's not replacing testing that goes on in a doctor's office or in a hospital.
In the San Francisco area, Google has set up a pilot program to help identify people at highest risk and direct them to a local testing site.
Many of us can get this virus, and it could be mild.
Yeah, wow. They're getting samples from everybody. What samples are you getting? Blood samples? Now you have ownership of my DNA. Like, I mean, you're scaring everybody into wanting to be tested for this coronavirus, so you can like steal a little piece of it. Hey man, my mind be going on some far out shit. That's why I don't be talking all the time. We got mobile units that'll come around and we can test 4,000 people in a day. Test us how? You need a saliva swab? You gotta draw blood? What you doing with my blood, man? That's why I ain't never really tried that Ancestry.com type shit, cause the motherfuckers own that shit. Whatever kind of genetic sample you send them, they don't send that shit back to you. That's theirs now. They own that shit, bro. That's why when the police started taking blood for alcohol tests and shit, like, wait a minute, nigga, wait, you taking that's me, nigga, that's me in the test tube. What the fuck is you doing with that? I don't be with all that shit, man. I just hope I don't get sick enough to where I want to get tested to see if I got this shit. Like, damn, now I gotta go do it. Oh shit, I'm having trouble breathing. I'm making light of that shit right now, but I'm fearful. Like, if that shit do happen, like, what the fuck, man?
Even no symptoms at all, but they can actually still give it to a friend or a loved one, and for them, their lungs.
Meanwhile, a vaccine clinical trial with 40 people began today in Seattle, though researchers caution it could take up to 18 months before a vaccine is approved and widely available. Here in the Washington, D.C. area, more than 100 cases already, and Maryland's governor urgently looking for 6,000 hospital beds in the event of a surge in patients. Lester?
Yeah, there's a lot to take in here, Tom. Thanks very much. And we want to turn now to the deepening impact on business. Wherever you live, companies large and small shutting down or scaling back in the critical effort to contain this virus. Gabe Gutierrez reports.
Tonight, an unprecedented shutdown, already a gut punch to workers coast to coast, from California to Illinois to New York.
I don't know financially how I'm going to pay my bills.
This is where the virus is spreading. So we had a responsibility to the public.
In many states, including Ohio, no more dine-in customers at bars and restaurants, only takeout and delivery orders.
You have to send out, and call everybody and say, hey, as of tonight, 9 o'clock, sign up for unemployment. We're all done here indefinitely. I mean, it's scary.
Many gyms and movie theaters will also close. Today in Teaneck, New Jersey, where the mayor had urged some 40,000 residents to self-quarantine, police officers went door to door, telling shop owners about the new restrictions. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never in my life. I'm a grandfather, and I've never seen this before.
Doug Palsy and Frank Pinto own this restaurant in Newark. Business is dried up. No takeout orders here. They'll be forced to shut down entirely. Does this feel like the new normal?
It's crazy. I hope not. I hope it's not the new normal. It's like a nightmare that doesn't end.
That nightmare may just be beginning for the airlines. United is cutting routes by 50% for 2 months. Just look at deserted Reagan Airport this morning. The industry already talking to the federal government about a bailout.
If no action is taken by the government to shore up the system, it is possible that an airline could go under.
Today, another TSA officer tested positive for COVID-19 in Atlanta. Part of the international terminal was shut down this afternoon for cleaning. Lester?
Gabe Gutierrez here in New York. Thank you. On Wall Street, the worst day since 1987. The Dow losing almost 3,000 points, even after the Fed cut interest rates to near zero. Let's bring in senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle. Stephanie, what should people know about this stunning drop?
Lester, as the economic impact of the efforts to combat coronavirus sink in, today we saw the single biggest point drop in the Dow ever. Out of the gate this morning, markets tanked. Then late in the afternoon, when President Trump's press conference went on, the selling accelerated, effectively eliminating almost all of the gains made in the Dow since he took office. Now, usually when the Fed cuts rates, markets go up, but that is not why they cut rates. The rate cut now is about making sure the system keeps working, that businesses, large and small, are able to borrow money. The rate cuts will help many businesses stay afloat, but what they won't do is put more money in the tip jar for a whole lot of individual workers. Lester?
All right, Stephanie Ruhle, thank you. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the nation's grocery stores trying to cope with soaring demand, and the country's schools, the big switch to online learning. But what becomes of the lifeline they provide for those who need meals?
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else, so why accept it from your out?
Did he just say the big switch to online learning? Like I say, yo, some of this shit is gonna fucking stick. Some of it, the shit that we're doing now to get through this shit is going to stick. Maybe we won't go back to schools the way that we normally have. And maybe more shit will be online. Like, there's all kind of, ramifications behind this shit, yo. Like motherfuckers saying, yo, I could do this from home. Well, we're not gonna pay you to do it from home. Now what? They're paying you to do it from home. Like my ex, yo, her job, like she literally worked from home. Like I think she had to work from home like twice a month or something, or she had the option of working from home twice a month, and when there was really bad snowstorms and stuff like that, she could just work from home. And I'm like, so why don't they let you do it all the time? Oh, only a certain number of people can in one department can do that, and normally they reserve it for people who are on injury leave or who have some kind of disability that makes it hard for them to get into the office. And that kind of made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Save it for certain people who really can't make it to the office. But at the same time, like, fuck that. If you can do that shit twice a month, then you can do that shit every day then. Whatever your job is. And then even she's been home when they've had meetings. And they just do a voice conference or a Skype call and just have their meetings from home. Like, this shit is going to change everything. Everything. And we're gonna go broke. I just bought a fucking house a couple years ago, and if I don't keep a steady income, I can't pay my taxes, and then technically the house isn't mine. Even though I don't have a mortgage, I paid for my house outright. I own this house technically, as long as I pay my taxes. But you don't pay your taxes is when you realize you don't own shit. You still just renting. You just a renter. Basically, I hate that feeling too, knowing that, oh, this is really not my property. I shouldn't do that so dark. But anyway, let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't. Get all in one.
They will not let me skip this Flonase commercial. Like, that shit is anti-coronavirus, bitch. That shit ain't that important, motherfucker. I got bigger fish to fry.
passes a grim milestone, with the number of cases and deaths outside China now outnumbering those inside the country where it began. Our Richard Engel is in London.
Tonight, life on lockdown across Europe. In Italy, people can go outside and did today to buy groceries, standing 3 feet apart. But security forces are deployed, questioning and doling out heavy fines for those out for non-essential reasons. Italians are finding strength, singing from their balconies. The Italian Air Force last week streamed the colors of the national flag to a recording of Pavarotti's Nessun Dorma. With its emotional crescendo, Vincerò, I will win. Germany sealed its borders today, as did Canada, with U.S. citizens exempt for now. And all of Spain is on partial lockdown, some exercising to keep their spirits up. In France, cafes and restaurants are all shut, many Americans trying to get home.
It's really stressful, honestly. I really just want to go home and self-quarantine and be with my family.
The World Health Organization today cautioned
I just want to self-quarantine with my family.
How widespread the pandemic already is, and urged more testing.
We cannot stop this pandemic if we don't know who is infected.
In South Korea, which has been way ahead of the U.S. in testing, aggressive screening and quarantines appear to be effective, with recorded cases going down.
Here in the UK, there is a shortage, as in the US, of ventilators. And like in World War II, big industries are being asked to adapt, with companies, including Rolls-Royce, being tasked with producing medical equipment for the nation. Lester?
All right, Richard Engel with the view from overseas. Thank you. And across this country, grocery stores are trying to reassure consumers there is enough food.
Yo, Rolls-Royce, y'all mind stop making cars for a minute and help us make some of this other shit we need other than the expensive automobile? I mean, rule number 1, maintain the human population under 500 million. Our government loves us, man. I pay taxes. They gonna fix this shit. Everything gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be.
And essential supplies, even as long lines of shoppers leave empty shelves in their wake. Here's Kerry Sanders with that.
This morning, lines outside a grocery store in Central Florida with anxious shoppers. For days, this has been the picture of America.
Showed up today and it's just chaos. There's a huge line to get toilet paper.
But in Houston today, reassurance from a major grocery store chain, H-E-B. Its distribution centers well-stocked and running overtime to meet demand. Collectively, the nation's largest grocery chains reassuring shoppers tonight, America is not running out of food.
Because we're still going to be able to feed people because we have these 1,300 trucks a day, plus more coming. So there will be food. There's not a reason to stock up. Just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, but there will be food. No reason to stock up. Go back to normal. But they just said there's a slight chance that we may be fucking quarantined for 3 weeks where nothing fucking moves. So the trucks don't matter. And like you said, you're working overtime to keep up with the demand. When the demand increases, because this ain't the peak of the panic and the fear yet. That's what I'm saying. People are just like, in some areas, like, oh shit, better get some shit. But this ain't the peak of it. Most motherfuckers really still on the fence about this shit. You know, like when that fear really hits over that the 2/3 of the population. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say 2/3 for some reason. Yo. That's the thing, isolation. Man, only motherfuckers gonna escape this shit, man. Look up bunker inside Colorado mountain. Look that shit up, goddamn it. Goddamn whoever gonna really survive this shit. Like I said, if this shit get real bad, that's where they gonna be at. They gonna be inside that bunker that's in a mountain in Colorado, yo. My man know what I'm talking about. My man know I ain't lying. Tell him. That's some real shit, bro. I ain't got that shit for no reason. And if they ain't no cure for that shit, they got a cure for that shit. Cause man, these real rich motherfuckers, bro. They'll get a whole blood transfusion with young baby blood. And get all the blood in their body drained out and refill that shit with some young ass, fresh ass blood that will be able to fight and resist the virus. So if they ain't got no cure, motherfuckers who want to survive that shit, they can make that shit happen if they get sick with it, and they can get right up in that bunker, ride that bitch out, let everybody else out here motherfucking ravage and pillage and fight for crumbs, seeing who got the best genes, who can actually survive the bug, hoping it don't mutate too much where they don't survive the bug. I played The Last of Us Part 1. I know how that game went. You know, I played The Division. I seen how that shit happened. You know, I watch I Am Legend. I know what's possible. I ain't playing these shits, man. I just want to go home and self-quarantine. Motherfucker, they locking Italy down, and you know what? You're going to be homeless in Italy. And they're going to put you in one of their quarantine facilities, and you're going to catch that shit for real then. Bum, bum, bum. I can't help but be morbid right now. I'm trying to think of something like it's not so fucking dark. I just want to paint, man. make this pretty ass painting of this beautiful ass black woman. God damn. But the world coming to an end. Shit. I'm gonna be like that motherfucker on the Titanic, I guess, playing the music while the boat sinking. I'll be sitting right here, goddamn painting while they burn the city down. Burn it down, motherfuckers. Burn it down. Damn. Yo, they're patrolling the streets, telling people to get inside the houses. Oh my God.
In Maryland today, trucks loaded with supplies headed to a slammed Costco. The same in Florida. Pinched public stores getting resupplied.
In California, the Northgate Gonzalez Market, one of many shoppers now opening early, just for older shoppers 65 and up.
We're going to have exclusive for seniors.
And tonight at an Aldi, there is enough toilet paper.
How do you feel about finding toilet paper?
Pretty good about that.
They still talk about this damn toilet tissue shit,
so
yo.
many people out of work. Grocers,
Motherfucker, you know what? If you ain't got a toilet tissue, use an old rag, motherfucker. Yeah, like, that shit gonna end the world with toilet tissue.
American schools are also grinding to a halt.
I got a whole backyard of grass and bushes. I can make some toilet tissue.
Some 30 million children, more than half the nation's students, many of whom rely on schools for their meals. Here's Ray and Alice.
Across the country, long lines at a...
Hey man, that's even fucked up that you have to acknowledge that some kids go to school mainly just because they can get their breakfast and lunch at school, and that's their main meals that they eat. That's fucked up that you know that you live in a society where this type of behavior exists. You know? It's mad. It's madness. On top of the coronavirus, this shit is exposing everything else that's fucking wrong with this goddamn nation. Man, look, listen. You know, hey, we had a good run. You feel me? You know, we did the best we could. The human race. Everybody, just hold on as long as you can. The end is nigh. These rich motherfuckers, they gonna go inside the mountain and forget about all us. They gonna start cloning themselves and doing all these other experiments, and so they can be half robot and half human and all this shit, man. And then it's gonna get real crazy. Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck to say no more, dog. Like, bro. Y'all motherfuckers need to be taking this shit 100% serious. Bye-bye, peasants.
It was nice having you guys. Thanks for building the infrastructure and constructing the internet. But we're done with you now. You're just useless eaters and you're taking up too much space. So we're gonna recede into the mountain and we'll come out in a couple of years. Catch you guys later. Whoever survives, don't eat each other. You know, don't lose your grip on reality, people. You know, try to keep your humanity intact. Yeah, I played Fallout 3. I played Fallout New Vegas. I played Fallout Part 4. I know how this shit ends, man. You know, I know what's around the corner. War never changes. Hidey, 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 hidey. Whole country's got on ban. 'Cause you cannot go to Canada. They ain't gonna let you in. No, 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 no. Hidey, 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 hide. Whole country's got a ban. Oh no, you can't leave China. 'Cause that's where it all began. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold. Lordy, 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 Lord. Look what they done did. Eating them animals. Now they all got us sick. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Look what they did. Eating all the animals. Now they got us all sick. They call it COVID-19. Nothing like I seen. And my grandma said she'd rather be dead. Lordy, 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 Lord. Look what they did. Eating all the animals. Now they all got us sick. And the government said, gotta stay in your bed. Don't leave your household, or you might end up dead. Lordy, Lord. I'm gonna stop right there. My bad. Oh. I guess you go back to the news one more time. Y'all ready to start crying? Shit getting sad, son. Shit getting sad, son.
The schools offering unprecedented relief during the shutdown.
It does help to have a little food.
For the most vulnerable children, it's a lifeline. School is not just a place of learning, it's also where many are fed. Schools now packaging food for grab and go.
This morning, we are serving 10,000 meals to our families.
Concerns about coronavirus have led to school shutdowns in almost every state, as well as the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico. It's potentially devastating for nearly 30 million kids who get free or reduced cost lunches.
They gave enough for the whole week, for 5 days.
In Miami, gratitude, but still concern.
Thank God I was off today and was able to come right in and get them something to eat, but for the rest of the week, I don't know.
In New York City, the nation's largest school district, with more than
She said, thank God I was off today so I can come down here and get them something to eat. But for the rest of the week, I don't know. Damn, bitch, what the hell you work at? Like, that, do you have some type of income at all? You just said you happy you was off. Off from what? Your damn rocker? Or your job? Because most people who have a place of employment normally receive some type of paycheck, in which they can use to buy food and other essential purchases. It's fucked up that we have to acknowledge all of this shit, that somebody who has a job still ain't got no damn food, and she probably makes just enough to pay her rent, but a little bit too much to qualify for food stamps. Lordy, 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 Lord. Look what they did. Nobody can go to work, and I can't pay my rent.
million students. It's breakfast and lunch for kids who need it. What's the hardest part about being out of school?
Not seeing my friends for a while.
But many parents are worried about learning.
We're just trying to find a lot of creative ways to keep the kids engaged.
New York City is starting online classes next week and planning to distribute about 300,000 laptops to students in need.
Bitch, why you ain't do that shit years ago?
To do something which is really going to take away the chance for kids to get educated as well as they might have.
How many? Two?
A steep learning curve for everyone, not knowing how long the shutdown will last.
Thousands of laptops and computers.
All right, we'll take a short break. Up next, our medical correspondent helps separate facts from fear.
Lordy, Lordy, Lordy,
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else, so why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst.
Yo, they would not let me skip these Flonase commercials to save my fucking life, bro. I don't know why they want me to hear this Flonase commercial every damn time that shit play, but that's getting annoying. They're eating all the animals, all the bats, all the snakes, all the sloths. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen with a bowl full of octopus and some cat legs. Lordy, 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 Lord, look what they did, eating all the animals, now they all gotta sick. Lordy, 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 Lord, look what they did, eating all the animals, now they all gotta sick. Oh. I'm trying so hard not to freak out and just like grab my shit and leave now. Like, I want to see how this shit play out, but you know what I'm saying? I'm the only person here. I got so many responsibilities here, but all my family is not here. If this shit get real bad, I'd rather ride this shit out around my family.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be around my family to ride this shit out, bro. Around some motherfuckers I know, like, shit get rough, I got a squad, nigga. I ain't got no local squad, nigga. Shit, dude, shit. Oh my God. That dried fast. I'm gonna have to move that easel up before I do anything else. Oh man, that shit'll never happen to us. Oh, it won't? What? Huh? That shit won't happen to who? America's untouchable. Man, we're fucking invincible, dude. My great granddaddy conquered this motherfucking nation. Ain't nobody conquered viruses and bacteria and germs and shit though. You can't conquer that shit, man. That shit gonna always do what the fuck it wanna do. Oh. Not the moon, but hey. I just got some good news. No, I'ma go, man. Shit, bro. I'm from a little small ass town. Yo, my town probably got less people than your high school had. I swear, yo. My town, the population is like 7,000 to 8,000 people, yo. That's it. The whole town, about 8,000 people. You know, you go to New York, man. That's like one school. I mean, when I was in Philly, motherfuckers. Well, I don't know. I think one high school said they had like 4,000 kids. I was like, God damn, y'all got 4,000 kids in one school? Jesus, that shit was a lot. Some shit, but they ain't even 10,000 people live in my town. Like, if you're not from there, it's not a place where you want to go. It's not like some tourist resort travel destination or nothing like that. And most people who live there, them motherfuckers don't go no way. They don't have extreme contact outside of their local communities and shit. They already self-quarantine. That's just how motherfuckers live, yo. They live out in the country. They go to their job and get their paycheck and go to Walmart, get some groceries, and they go back to their house in the country. On little dirt roads with no names. Just places where if you don't live there, you're obviously lost.
And I think I would feel way more comfortable in an area like that I am familiar with and where my family and myself grew up at, instead of being so far away in a densely packed city with no family or real friends. Like, I've been here for years and I got one friend. I've known him for about 5 years now. But, I mean, that don't compare to friendships that I had for 30 years. And, like, you know, shit, 25, 30 years, I got friends. And, like, all my blood, I'd rather go be with them and ride that shit out with them. Instead of being so far away, technically, by my damn self. That's what I'm saying, yo. My town is so fucking small, bro. That shit teeny as hell. They say you got 7,000 motherfuckers just on one block. Like, nah, where I'm from, bro. I'll tell you how small my town is. We had one middle school and one high school. That's how small we is. By the time you got in the middle school, you know everybody your fucking age. Everybody's who's in your peer group, all of you in school at the same time. That's that's all the kids in the town. There was like one or two little private schools, but that was, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like, and that's like when I go home now, people I don't know, I don't even got to know you really. Like, I know you know somebody. Oh, you from here? You grew up here? How old are you? Okay, you're 4 years older than me. Okay, you know my cousin Bird. Then, oh yeah, okay, exactly. Because that's it. Because if you're that same age, that means you went to school with my cousin. And y'all knew each other. Period. That's all you gotta do. Like, ask a motherfucker what year you supposed to graduate, or how old you are, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You'll figure out who they know quick as hell. Ain't no getting away from that shit. Like I say, my town, that shit too teeny. I left that shit long ago, but I be missing that shit. Even before this shit, I miss being home sometimes. But I think I'd rather be home for this. I think it's calling me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're about to be on some real quarantine lockdown shit where you probably can't travel, or they're gonna say like you have curfews where you can't be outside after a certain hour. So if you're trying to hit the highway and travel and get somewhere, you're not. So I need to think real hard, like tonight and tomorrow, like what my next move is going to be. If I'm going to try to ride this shit out up here by myself, or if I'm going to just go home. You know what? Honestly, I think my job may depend on it. If I can keep working, I will. But as soon as they say, oh, everything shut down, like your jobs and all that, and then my job really shuts down and say, oh, well, we'll call you when to come back, I'm like, all right, I'm out, because I really don't have any other reason to stay up here, honestly. Let's say I don't know, I got enough in my account that'll pay the bills and shit, but they should help subsidize that shit anyway. And I don't have to be in the house. And plus, if I'm not in the house, the bill should stay low. And all I got to do is just pay my taxes on the property. And I don't have to be here to do that. Only thing is, I won't be here to protect my property either if somebody tries to fucking do anything to my shit. And if I do leave, I'm definitely not taking all of my fucking art with me, because I wouldn't have nowhere to put it. This shit is frustrating. That's one of the main things too. Like, I'm thinking, like, if I do haul ass and to go down south to be closer to my family, like, what's gonna happen to all my shit? Because I'm not taking none of this shit. I'm just taking essentials. Then I don't have to leave everything else here. Like, fuck that.
I'm really thinking like, do I want to leave $1 million worth of art sitting here? But if it's the apocalypse and the world ends, I ain't gonna be doing no art shows no time soon, anyways. No more art shows for you, Mr. Prince. Your days as an artist are hereforth kaput. You shall not show in the gallery because you have to have. Oh my God! And I got two paintings at the gallery from the last show. I gotta go get my art, nigga. You telling me I can't get my art? What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need that back. Pronto. I need that back, bro. All right, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? I need to lift this canvas up some more, but then this shit is so tall. That's the only thing about doing these real big ones is my easel almost touches the ceiling already, even though I need to go up on the canvas. I don't have much more room that I can extend it up. So let's try, because I hate to bend over when I'm doing like the lower parts. So there aren't any gonna. God damn, I can't talk at all right now. There isn't going to be any movie production or anything like that going on anytime soon. So all those blockbuster summer hits that you were looking forward to, canceled. I think the theaters say they are going to try to stream some of the movies that are already completed for people, can't make it to the theater, so you got to figure out some kind of way to get that entertainment to you. They said they're just gonna stream movies with some kind of new service. Alright, I think that's about as high as I can get that canvas. Like I say, this shit is going to change everything, even our entertainment. You know what I'm saying? What if people realize that, you know what, guys? I don't think I like football as much as I thought I did. Yeah, I think I can live without football or sports. And what if sports just like never come back? You ever thought about that? What if sports just never make a comeback after this? Like, you know what? Yeah, I don't think we need sports. We can spend that consumer dollar in a different market instead of buying jerseys with logos on them. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, man, there's so many things that are going to change behind this whole global pandemic economic collapse. And then, you know what? All of a sudden, Elon Musk is going to come out of nowhere with a fucking answer. He's going to pop up out of nowhere and be like, you know what? All you guys need to do is have these new blood scrubbers, right? Nanotech, right, dudes? I wasn't going to release these until 2032, but I got to give it to you now, I guess. Look, nano machines that go into your blood. They scrub all the impurities out to make you completely healthy again. Alright, come on. Why won't this just search for what I just wanted to search for? Live news. Live.
Ooh. Once again, guys, if they shut shit down for a couple of days, say 2 or 3 weeks, what if you take a prescription every day? How do you get your prescriptions filled? What if you are on chemo, or what if you are on dialysis or physical therapy, trying to rehabilitate from a broken leg or hip replacement? Or what if you need to have a hip replacement? Or what if you need your braces taken off? Like, how is that going to affect people if we can't fucking move around because we're on quarantine and shit? What if you got to have a baby? This shit is, god damn it, man. God damn it. What if you fall and break a bone? Can you go to the hospital?
Alive, then that's what we need to do.
Peggy Ivy, among the nearly 7 million people told to stay home for at least the next 3 weeks, except to buy food, medicine, and to exercise. The most drastic steps so far nationwide.
My major concern is, am I going to live through this?
And healthcare workers on the front lines sounding the alarm, saying they're running out of supplies.
It's mainly masks, eye shields, N95 respirators, gloves, gowns, face shields, goggles. The things that you need to take care of these folks.
Obviously makes a situation where we are in, desperate need of these, and we actually have to lock them up. Stockings, gowns, all these things are disappearing from hospitals.
The White House
motherfucking snatchies. You got the snatchies, bitch. I need one of them myself.
Hospitals and the Pentagon making over 5 million masks available immediately, along with 2,000 ventilators. Manufacturers of those vital breathing machines now ramping up production to meet a surge in demand. And the American Red Cross now says it's facing a severe blood shortage as blood drives across the country are canceled with the virus spreading. Shortages also hurting millions of Americans at the grocery stores.
Lines are just
Never thought about that.
Shelves are empty.
What if you need a blood fusion or a blood transplant?
Stores like Stop and Shop, Dollar General, and Food Town setting aside early hours for seniors. So many now ordering household essentials online. Amazon announcing it will hire 100,000 warehouse and delivery workers, hoping to jumpstart the supply chain. But major grocers like Target, Kroger, and Publix are warning shoppers they could see limits on what they can buy.
And Whit Johnson joins us now. Whit, earlier Dr. Fauci was asked how long it would take until we know if the restrictions on daily life are working. What did he say?
Lindsay, Dr. Fauci says it can be difficult to predict. He described it as almost 2 different tracks. He says that you can still see a dramatic increase in the number of cases in this country, while at the same time these extreme measures are beginning to work behind the scenes. But he added that it would probably be several weeks, maybe longer, before we know if these tough new restrictions are actually having an impact. Lindsay?
All right, Whit Johnson, thanks so much for that, Whit. And tonight, there are also new fears that the coronavirus could be spreading through the medical community after a doctor and a nurse who have now tested positive for the virus attended large medical conferences. Healthcare workers report dangerous shortages of masks and other protective gear that they need to stay safe and avoid infecting others. Today, the defense secretary promised more respiratory masks, and Vice President Pence asked for help from the construction industry, imploring them to donate their masks to hospitals. Our Matt Gutman has more on the patients and healthcare providers battling this virus.
Tonight, fear for the safety of health workers on the front lines after hundreds may have been unintentionally exposed to the virus in at least 2 medical conferences. One in New York's Times Square, bringing together hundreds of ER physicians and medical teachers. This ER doctor, Rosny Daniel, says he felt symptoms after returning home to San Francisco and tested positive. In an online post, Daniel writing, "I avoided all handshakes, yet I still worry that I either picked up the illness there or, worse, exposed someone else." He's now in isolation at home. Lisa Merck is a nurse who also tested positive after attending a different medical conference in Hawaii with hundreds there.
I just felt like extremely exhausted,
tired. I'm not 100% sure where I contracted it. I wish I knew.
Others on edge, waiting for answers. 8-year-old Adele is in isolation.
How have you been feeling?
My head's been hurting, but that's all. I've been pretty good besides that.
Her mother, Vita Tyson, called the health department hotline to get her tested when she had symptoms.
I called 8 different numbers, and I spoke with 8 different people. And they meant well.
You gonna cry? You gonna cry?
They referred me back to the original number.
She gave up, but then she fell ill, went to the ER, got tested a week ago, still no results.
I don't know when I'm going to be able to leave my house. I don't know if I've infected a lot of people. And I can't tell anyone anything because I don't know.
But many with the virus are holding up well. NBA player Donovan Mitchell still showing no symptoms.
If you were to tell me I'm not playing a 7-game series tomorrow, I'd be ready to lace up.
Actor Idris Elba is isolating with his wife.
Now's the time for solidarity. Now's the time for thinking about each other.
And tonight, 7 days after testing positive for the virus, Tom Hanks and his wife, Rita, released from the hospital, posting a picture of the typewriter he brought with him, a Corona, saying, "We're all in this together, flatten the curve." And we're now learning about a handful recovering through experimental treatment.
Every morning I'd have a fever. It was very, very, very tough to breathe.
Chris Kane's condition was deteriorating. He was admitted to a Washington State hospital 8 days ago. The next day, he was given remdesivir, medication originally created for treating Ebola, but was unsuccessful for that. It's now being given only to the sickest coronavirus patients, and he says it saved him.
I think within 48 hours, I was feeling a lot better. I think that remdesivir.
Well, this ain't work for Ebola, but you can try it anyway. Oh, shit. Look at that.
And Matt Gutman joins us now live. Matt, tell us about that experimental drug that you were just mentioning.
Lindsay, it's one of several experimental drugs being tested right now. It's only being used for really the most acute cases when there's no other alternative. There are a number of trials being done in the U.S. right now. It's also being clinically tested in China, but it could be months, 3 months, before they determine whether this drug is actually an effective treatment, whether it's safe, and only then would it be approved and then maybe rolled out to the public.
Right. And Matt, what are you hearing from doctors and nurses who are right on the front lines? Do they feel that they have what they need to protect themselves from getting infected?
No, Lindsay, they're pretty concerned at this point. I spoke to one ER physician in New York who said that he is being asked by his hospital to use the same N95 mask for an entire week because there is such a shortage of them. They do believe that those masks are important to preventing the disease or contracting it. It's not the most important thing, but a general lack of protective gear across the country is being felt. We're hearing it from Seattle to Florida to New York. This is their biggest concern right now. They just need the tools to be able to do their job correctly. And if they don't get them and they start to fall ill, then our public health system could truly be in danger.
Right.
Lindsay.
All right, perilous times. Thank you so much, Matt Gutman, for that. And you may know the VA for the work that it does for veterans, but something that you may not know is that it's our nation's backup healthcare system in case of emergency.
Their exposure and public
Live news stream. As soon as they start talking about VIA as a backup healthcare system, they cut that shit the fuck off.
Currently dealing with, and how many tests the VA has administered?
Oh wow.
Well, we've only administered a little over 100. We haven't seen the explosion at VA that the rest of the country has experienced. We have 42 veterans who we are now saying we're no longer using the word presumptive. We have 42 veterans that we feel have the virus. We have sadly lost one veteran in Portland, Oregon last week, and we have the supplies. We started actually preparing for this in January when the first case was reported in the United States, and we have taken the president's charge to apply aggressive mitigation throughout our system.
And VA nurses that we talked to share the concern of many medical professionals about a lack of protective gear. We heard that in the story that preceded you, that they need to administer the test safely. Do your nurses have enough medical supplies and protective gear?
Well, our supplies are stable. In fact, I just got off the phone. We are about ready to bring in hundreds of thousands of more masks. We have thousands of ventilators that are ready to go. Again, we have procedures in place, as you mentioned at the beginning of this piece, as the foundational response.
Don't smoke as you roll that shit,
as a whole, need us to augment civilian and government healthcare systems.
What's your message to VA healthcare workers who are concerned about being able to do their job safely?
Well, our message is talk to your leadership. The supplies are out there. We started preparing back in January. The reports on any shortages would come to me. We believe, based on the information that I had just before I came here, that our supply system is stable, and we are working across the country, as I said, to aggressively mitigate any impact this has on our veterans.
And how are you dealing with social distancing in your hospitals and in your waiting rooms? Is normal care still being provided for veterans?
Sure. Well, we've done something that put us ahead of the rest of the country. We began eliminating regular visits several weeks ago. We began canceling elective surgeries. We stopped visitation several days ago, actually 10 days ago, to our community living centers and our spinal cord units to free up our people so that they're not unnecessarily exposed to anyone coming in. Again, it's part of the aggressive mitigation procedures that we practice on a daily basis. The other thing that I would add, we do rehearse these things. For instance, in the hurricanes that hit North Carolina last year, we were able to bring in, to augment FEMA's response, doctors, nurses, engineers, policemen from across the country. We provide the basis for FEMA's response to natural disasters and epidemics. We have 3,000 VA employees who are part of the disaster emergency medical response system. They are ready to deploy when we are asked.
Have any treatments at all there been halted, or even curious?
I already was thinking that, bro. What if? Because they're talking about the doctors are getting sick. The doctors are getting sick. What if the military gets sick?
Mobile veterans mental health.
And that shit starts sweeping through the fucking military. And then what?
To help with the veterans who are in need of those mental health
Man,
services.
this shit is a whole fucking breakdown, bro. This whole shit is gonna break the fuck down.
That the civilian healthcare system cannot do. We're ahead of the curve when it comes to.
I'm telling you, we are seeing this shit. Yeah, we are witnessing the structural collapse of society as we know it due to a global viral pandemic, and that's what it is. You know, shit is going to break down, and they're going to say, well, we can take these measures and these measures. Okay, well, what if, once again, what if that shit starts sweeping through everywhere and all the military personnel are infected with this shit? They can't do shit.
Right now, we're in a better position because stopping elective surgeries will free up many of the
stock market is crashing, jobs are closing, even if the shit goes away in a month or so, it's going to be so hard to bounce back from what the fuck is going on.
The virus in those beds and the air that is circulating will not go beyond that room. So we are now concentrating on building up our supply of that particular type of care to meet this crisis.
And let's go back to the testing if we can for a moment. We learned late this afternoon Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets tested positive for coronavirus.
Kevin Durant?
Teams are now being tested regardless of their symptoms. You told us a few minutes ago that the VA has conducted about 100 tests. Is it harder for veterans to get tested than NBA players?
Oh, no, I don't think so. We just haven't had the surge that the rest of the country has had. Now, that may be an anomaly. And as Dr. Fauci said to you all earlier in the day, there's no guarantee of anything. We do have testing kits on hand now. We have over 2,000 CDC kits. We have over 1,000 of our own. I was on the phone with our people earlier today. We expect to get more from the private sector this week. So we will be continuing to ramp up our supplies in the event that we do get that surge.
Mr. Robert Wilkie, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that.
Lindsay, thank you for what you're doing too.
Yeah, you can't come in because I'm sick.
Hard-hit
don't feel good, man. I might have the virus, yeah. But I'm military personnel. Yeah, I know.
As more continue to get sick in Italy. James Longman files this report.
Tonight, 345 more people dead in Italy in the last 24 hours. The total now over 2,500. The health system buckling under the onslaught. Patients contained, although the virus is not. Families.
The health system is buckling in Italy.
Tonight, one glimmer of hope.
That's what's going to happen here, bro. If you know anybody who takes a prescription or several prescriptions,
more doctors and hospital beds per person than in the
especially
US.
things like heart medication, blood thinners,
Anthony Fauci. Doctor, can you assure the American people
I don't know, blood,
witnessed in those images from Italy and from those hospitals?
diabetes medication,
I'm always trying to be
like insulin and stuff like that? Yeah, shit is about to get crazy.
Of anything. That's why Fauci says Americans have to limit their exposure and public activities to slow down the virus so it doesn't hit with the same speed as Italy, and so US hospitals can keep up with demand for emergency care. Dr. Fauci and other health experts are now studying the timing scene in Italy and in China to help forecast how long it could take hold in the US.
And James joins us now live in London with more. James,
Not if it will take hold, but how long before it does.
Experts think that is.
Well, Lindsay, it's actually really interesting. If you look at when a country first reported its cases versus when it first did a lockdown, you start to see a pattern. We're far enough in now to this crisis to get a hold on how different countries have got to the outcomes they've got to. So if you look at China, for instance, its first reported case December 31st. Now, of course, China may have had cases before that, but that's when they first reported. And they first shut down Wuhan, that city in Hubei province where coronavirus originated, on January 23rd. And they've now started to see a slowdown. Compare that with Italy. They first reported a case of
Alright, so I'm gonna listen to some Agenda Free TV. I just clicked on the page, but he has a notification saying that he'll be back at 7:30. It is 7:24, so he should be back on in the next 6 minutes. Yeah, boy. Yeah, motherfuckers. This shit is real, boy. This shit is real. Alright, bro. Damn. Need that 15 feet, bro. I need that 15 feet, bro, man. You feel me? You extruding all type of shit over there. I can't be having that. If you had 21 hours to live, just think, where would you go? Who would you do? Who would you screw? And who would you want to notify? Or would your wife deny that your wife's about to die?
And who would you want to notify? Or would your ass deny that your ass about to die? Whack-a wham wham. Bad chicken wham wham. Whack-a wham wham. Bad chicken wham wham. Bum 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 bum. Bad chicken wham wham. Alright, something like that, something like that, yeah, something like that, yeah, something like that. I might have to go get some art supplies too if I'm just gonna be sitting up in the house for days at a time. I sure hate to run out of some damn shit I need. I sure would hate to run out of something I need.
Okay, we are back. Thanks for your patience.
That shit scared the fuck out of me, bro.
Everyone.
Who the fuck is sitting here talking? Oh, I forgot I was waiting on Steve to come back.
Hey, thank you, Jeff Jousis, for your support. And AM125. Thank you, AM125 and Jeff Jousis. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so some viewers and readers are sending me some different reports that they're seeing, and I've seen some very concerning reports. That you might have seen me post them on Twitter while I was having a snack. I want to just let you know about them. Oh, by the way, Ron Shipes says my mortgage company is going to defer payment for 90 days because told them out of work. Hope this helps. Hey, thank you, Ron Shipes. I hope you, so many people, it sounds like Ron is out of work because of the coronavirus, like a lot of people are. So it's terrible. It's really bad. So, and I don't know how, it could go on for a long time. So it's a bad situation. Federal government is working on some sort of aid right now. Secretary of the Treasury Mnuchin brought up the idea of direct payments to some Americans. So we'll see what happens, but it's a very bad situation. So let's do an update. I want to show you some of the reporting I've seen. Some quite concerning reports I just saw in the last half hour or so. Hang on one sec. Cory Gardner is self-quarantining, the senator, due to coronavirus risk. From Colorado, what's this all about? So Laura Litvan says, Senator Gardner to, I just saw this myself, to self-quarantine due to coronavirus risk. Yeah, here it is, look. Senator Gardner told to self-quarantine after contact with a person who tested positive for coronavirus and visited his office. He's not showing any symptoms. All right, so let me show you the stories I saw. Story number one, a viewer sent me this. Allison Harris, Fox 4 News, just received confirmation on this from Dallas Judge Clay J, Chief of Staff. And Judge Clay J is the Dallas County Judge. Patients who have coronavirus and are in their 20s and 30s are being treated now at Dallas hospitals. Patients who have coronavirus and are in their 20s and 30s being treated now at Dallas hospitals are in critical condition and have no underlying conditions. Now, Judge Clay Jenkins he is the, I think a judge there is like a civil officer, Dallas County Judge. What does the Dallas County Judge do? Who is Clay Jenkins? See, it's not like a judge. Judges have some kind of like government responsibility. County commissioners are responsible for overseeing the maintenance in the county. I think that's what he is. What does the Dallas County Judge do? Court includes one county-wide elected judge and 4 commissioners. The 5-member body sets the county and Parkland Hospital tax rates, adopts the budget, appoints boards and commissions. Yeah, so I think it's like city council or something like that. Anyway, so my understanding is that Lady of the Lake says Judge Jenkins is the local leader who speaks in the events such as this. So it's not just like some judge who works in a court who's talking about this. He's like a local official. So anyways, again, Judge Clay Jenkins, Chief of Staff, told Allison Harris there are patients who have coronavirus and are in their 20s and 30s being treated now at Dallas hospitals who are in critical condition and have no underlying conditions. I believe somebody in our chat wondered if they were vaping. I have no idea. Hey guys, just to repeat, so look, I'm aware that today there's some problem on YouTube finding the live stream. Please, if I urge you, if you're having a problem, as I know many of you are, finding the live streams today on YouTube, I believe there's some malfunction on YouTube. If it's not showing up somewhere where it usually does, please, it would help so much if you could just take a few seconds and click on send feedback and write feedback to YouTube. Otherwise, they're not going to know. If all of you are having problems, just take a few seconds, click on the send feedback button on YouTube and just write to them, hey, normally this channel's broadcast shows up here, but it's not here. Hey, normally I get this notification, I never got it today. If they get a bunch of messages from you guys, they'll see there's an issue. So please, it would really help out if you have this issue with the YouTube broadcast today, as I know many people are, please just send feedback to YouTube. It would be a huge help to the channel. If they get a bunch of messages from you guys, I'm guessing they will know there's an issue. So I don't believe it's intentional. Things mess up once in a while, so it'd be good to let them know you're all having this issue. I will contact them after, but if they get a bunch of messages from you guys, then maybe they'll be able to figure out what's going on. The send feedback button should be at the top of the broadcast. So, look. Here's, if I click on the broadcast here, and I go up, yeah, if you click on your channel name and go down here, see it says send feedback. Send feedback right there. Send feedback. Yeah, and I know some people are pointing out that YouTube has low staff now because of the coronavirus. I know, but it would just please, it would be helpful if you could send them a message. Let them know.
No YouTube? What the fuck? That's how I get all my news. YouTube is my news. YouTube is my news. Hey, YouTube is my news.
Thank you, Marcus, for sending.
All right, let me get out of here so I can fix myself some dinner.
All right, so again, it's a concerning report about healthy people in their 20s and 30s being in critical condition.
Nigga, you gonna die from this shit. You gonna die from coronavirus.
Also, a student at Dallas Middle School tested positive for coronavirus.
Not at that middle school. No!
Worker at Dallas's Chase Tower tested positive for coronavirus. These are just random stories. But again, I'll let you know if I hear any more about that, what's going on with the people in the 20s and 30s.
Like I said from day one, everybody, please keep up with this shit. I've been saying this shit for weeks. And now, Y'all ain't got no choice but to keep up with it because it's the only news that's out there. It's the only news available right now is coronavirus news. Told y'all motherfuckers to keep up with this shit. It's getting real. Now everybody feel like how I felt when I first heard about it. Somewhat nervous. But it's all good. We're just gonna we're gonna pretend like 2020 never happened. We're gonna act like this never happened, you know? 2020? Huh? Nah, we went from 2019 to 2021. There was no 2020. Anyway, alright, that's off. That's off. That's off. My phone settings are back to normal. I never use the big lights. We actually got the canvas outlined and toned. Tomorrow we will start on adding the first layer of paint to this project and take it from there. Thanks for chilling with me in the studio, watching the progress on these paintings. I get with y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the apocalypse.